Spoiler alert! Are you ready for a behind-the-scenes look at the latest episode? Make sure you're all caught up on the new season of I Am Jazz.
Hi. How's it going?
We can talk to the doctor, Jazz.
How you feeling?
She's pretty blue.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay to not be cheerful all the time.
After the second surgery, when everything was supposed to improve, things actually got worse because they took off the bandaging and packaging, and we found out that only 50% of the skin graft took. So basically, I had no skin, and all of the doctors, everyone didn't want me to look at it. So for a couple of days, I didn't look at it at all. I didn't know what had gone wrong.
When I looked, I didn't let you see what was going on my face.
It was pretty intense because I ended up taking a compact mirror from Blush, and I looked at it in the bathroom, and I was just laughing at that point. Like, I was in a better mood by then, and I was like, I'm not worried about it. It won't look like this forever. It looked pretty terrible though. Like, much worse than it did.
We thought you were going to go back into your depression and be super sad and devastated after seeing it, so that's why we wanted you to wait.
No, but
it had the opposite effect. She saw it and almost like inspired you to
I'm like,
move forward.
It made me laugh about it because I saw it and I'm like, wow, this is absolutely awful. There's nothing I could do except allow it to heal.
Oh, Dr. Bowers. She's calling?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Here, Jazz, take the phone. Hey.
Hello, sweetie. Stuck in the hospital again, huh?
Yep.
The biggest thing that I realized was that everything is mind over matter. I have the ability to control how I feel in this situation by thinking more positive thoughts. I don't need to allow something this awful control how I'm feeling because I control how I'm feeling. So I really just had to do things.
You grew up overnight.
It was hard because I was impatient. I wanted to go home. Being in a hospital is hard, but we binge watched some TV shows. We played games. The World Cup was on. I was watching every single
Thank goodness for the World Cup.
Thank goodness for the World Cup. I watch every single World Cup game. Like, that's what I was doing with my time.
Distracted you.
And it wasn't too bad, you know. I had everyone by my side, and I knew that it was going to be okay.
You didn't have everybody by your side.
Okay, well, I had you and Ori and Jeremy was there too, my sister's boyfriend.
The three of us. Yeah.
It was all okay. Going into the surgery, I was most worried about dilation and the recovery process with that. However, once I started dilating, I actually loved it. You know, Skylar and all of my other trans friends said it was the worst thing ever, it hurt so bad, but for me, it was really the first time in the whole process that I had control over the recovery. And I really had nothing to do all day except for dilate, so it was like, in my mind, like, that was my schedule, that's what I had to do, that was my one job, and I did it.
I just feel like my mental state has been put through the ringer in the last 24 hours, and I'm just processing it all, and it's sort of like I think I was in a state of shock for a little while.
Take a deep breath. Let's do it together. Just breathe in and out. In.
Sorry, but this never works for me. I'm sorry.
So while I'm with the doctors, the World Cup is going, my phone is ringing, and Ari picks up the phone, and she said, Mom, it's Grandma, and she's really upset. You need to take this call. So I went out into the hallway, and my mother told me that my dad was fighting for his life, that he was bleeding out on the table, and so I found this out, and none of this was seen. None of this was seen on the show, but I slumped to the ground. I just went down on the ground and cried and cried and cried and cried. And you didn't know anything was happening. You were watching the World Cup. So
Yeah.
I did not tell you this, but having that happen after just seeing the state of what your body looked like, which wasn't what it looked like before, was devastating. This was so hard, and until I knew that my dad was going to live, I was in a state of panic.
Yeah, and seeing her go down like that, it made me realize that I had to be the one to support her as much as I could by maintaining that positive attitude, because I knew that if I was happy and if I knew that everything was gonna be okay, that it would transfer to her and she would feel the same thing. And
You didn't know what was going on with my dad until
I
it
didn't
got
know
better.
all of the details, but I just wanted to support you as much as possible because I knew you were upset.
You could tell I was upset.
Even
but
though
I was like, I'm
yeah.
okay. No, don't worry. Everything's. I was lying and playing it off like things were okay when they really weren't. And then when I found out it was okay,
I was going through my own thing,
better.
but you were going through your own thing as well, and that's why I just wanted to help you out.
Yes, that day was an awful day that I'm glad is over.
I Am Jazz features open and honest discussions about LGBTQ+ issues. To learn how you could further these meaningful conversations with your loved ones, head to tlcme.com/LGBTQ resources.